Obviously, I had to make something about Daniel Ricciardo for the docu-edit Formula 1 2024 season. The last season, unfortunately, for Daniel in Formula 1 after a very long career. When I was making the edit, I remember I was listening different interviews in qualifying and post-race interviews. I was listening every time from Daniel that he was not fully comfortable with the car.
We're missing something, so take a few little positives from the week, but obviously a few more things to work on and quick turnaround. So
he was trying to work very hard to try to find the setup that suits for his driving style, trying to talk with engineers, to try to make the most understandable car for Daniel Ricciardo.
I took plenty of notes through the race and plenty of feedback to give to the team, so we'll try and put it to good use and come back in Austria.
And the driver from Perth in Australia going the long way round and improving his position.
Optimistic now as we did find a few things, so that's positive when you know that, because I've driven a long time, I know when things don't feel quite right.
He only had a couple of highlights. The most important one was the extraordinary race Daniel Ricciardo was able to do in Miami in the sprint race on Saturday. When he was able to qualify in 4th place in the sprint qualifying and then in race, holding up the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz and the McLaren of Oscar Piastri the whole sprint race. That was amazing stuff.
The team, they deserve it, I can't swear, but we've gone through a bit of stuff to get here, so it's also nice to remind some people.
He scored points in different races of the season, but his teammate Yuki Tsunoda was ahead most of the season in qualifying and race. You can saw in the Daniel Ricciardo's face that frustration because he was not comfortable enough in the car in any moment of the season.
Sometimes 11th is quite cruel because it was one point for us is a big deal. You know, every point counts in this midfield battle. So I feel like we did a really strong race, but unfortunately, some other guys also did a strong race.
Unfortunately, the last season in Formula 1 for Daniel Ricciardo was not what the Daniel Ricciardo fans and Formula 1 fans in general were looking for.
This is on board with Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, sneaking past.
I was considering in my edit for the docu-edit 2024 season to try to pay some kind of tribute to Daniel, not only based on what he did in this 24 season. I tried to compilate some highlights about his race wins with Red Bull and McLaren. Like a message to all Formula 1 fans to let know them that Daniel Ricciardo is not only what he saw in 24. He is a multiple race winner. I think he has 8 Formula 1 wins, multiple podiums, multiple pole positions. He is much more than a driver that was racing in Formula 1. He has a legacy as a driver. He was really sad in the last post-race interview in Singapore. We saw on his eyes he was almost crying.
Yeah, the cockpit is something that I got very used to for many years.
But at the end of the day, he has to be very proud for what he did, because I'm sure Formula 1 fans will remember forever what Daniel Ricciardo did in Formula 1, and that's what I tried to represent in my edits.
Just wanted to savor the moment.
This section is the Daniel Ricciardo edit I'm making for the docu edit 2024 season. This edit will be extremely emotional. If you are Daniel Ricciardo fan, you will cry. I tried to put all my efforts into pay tribute to Daniel Ricciardo, a driver that won't be anymore in Formula 1. That was the reason because I made this edit. What I want to represent in Daniel, beyond the action on track, that this year was not spectacular. I have not many highlights from Daniel Ricciardo this season. I tried to find some of them. It was difficult, I have to say. But for me, the most important in this edit was to represent the personality of Daniel Ricciardo, a driver that personally I enjoyed a lot off track. He's a driver that always transmits very good vibes.
You're watching a Ferrari! Lando Norris wins!
Il Gran Premio di Monaco!
Get in there, Lewis!
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot.
Before to be substituted by Liam Lawson, when he was in the car some minutes before. Get access to the Developer Diary series, all access episodes, where I will show you much more edits I'm making for this project. Insights, the making process behind all these edits, and I will reveal to you much more secrets about the drivers involved. It's available as a Floss Premium member on Patreon. Link available to my Patreon page in the description of this video, in the comments below, and also it will be available in this card.
Fernando on fire! Brilliant lap.
And we were thinking that we were not that fast compared to Red Bull and Ferrari.
Wherever the conditions they are, he always will give the 100%.